Yeah, we here. Let's get straight to it. I'm right back at you like I never left. And I'm gonna go this hard to my last breakfast. Little Kenny Russell, Canoon Consul Moon. You already know what you're gonna get. We step in this room and now doing Canoon. Yeah, I'm here. And while I'm here, I'm gonna make the information direct and clear. Because a lot of y'all can't hear. Yeah. Now, welcome back to Make My Ancestors Great Again. This is another episode of My Thoughts. And as the title states, who am I? On My Thoughts 284. I'm gonna give a toast to the ancestors, and we'll get straight to it. Now, let me play this intro. We want to get straight into this. I get this a lot, but it was one comment on the My Thoughts video here recently, and a gentleman said, "Who are you?" Or "I'm new here," somewhere to that notion. What is he? Is he a Christian, Muslim, Hebrew? And he went on through these synopses and these theories that he gathered through his mind by watching one video. If you want to know who I am, you can go and watch more and more of the videos. But we're going to get into all that. Let's listen to the ancestors and we'll get straight to
it. Thing you have to get through your mind and keep it. Nothing that ever came from the European mind was meant to do anything but facilitate European domination of the world. And I said there's no exception.
Right. That's the ancestors. Actually, that's a lecture from the great Dr. John Henry Clarke. Okay. A great historian from the African pantheon of great historians. Okay. I play that video because it touched me in this walk that I'm on to find truth. When I start looking for truth, I was grateful to find these ancestors, these special freedom fighters, if you will. Okay. Great historians, great men, teachers, and husbands, and fathers, and things of that nature. Okay. And when I start looking for my struggle to find freedom and in my mind, okay, because I wanted to be free from all the lies and things, I wanted to get as close as I can to the truth from my understanding. My truth might not be your truth. Okay. Now, I play that video because, again, it affected me a lot when I seen that lecture. It's called You Have No Friends. And he goes through the lines and he walks through it. You should watch it if you choose to. The thing on this is, these are my thoughts and opinions, okay? Nothing I say here is law. You don't have to believe what I believe. I'm fine with that. Excuse me. People ask, who am I? Okay? It says it right there, Little Kenny Russell. That's my name. My dad is Big Kenny Russell. That's why I'm Little Kenny Russell. Simply put. Where am I from? I'm from Los Angeles, California. Okay, South Central to be exact. The gang capital of the world. That's nothing to brag about, but that's what people label it, and that's the way people term it. They put out a lot of silly movies like Boys in the Hood, Menace to Society. And I grew up on those movies, and I love those movies. You know, they're favorites of that community that we're from. You hear me? Okay, so that's that. What did I grow up as? A Christian. I haven't went through all the schools of theology. I wasn't a Christian, and when I found out Christian was bad, I went into Islam. I found out Islam was bad, so I went into Hebrewism. I found out Hebrewism was bad, so I went into atheism. No, I haven't went through all the schools of theology because, or should I say, the schools of thought and belief and allegory, because it's no need to. Once I found out Christianity wasn't real and it wasn't historical, why would I bounce around to any of the other religions aforementioned? If Christianity is no good, Hebrew is no good, which means, Israelites, Hebrew Israelites. It's Judaism. It's no good. Why would I jump from Christianity to Islam when Islam is based on Christianity? Vice versa. Why would I jump from Christianity to Judaism when Judaism is based on Christianity? And you think it's the reverse, that you haven't did any of this historical research and studies that I have to lead me to where I am today. Okay. People have a problem with the ancestors. See, this guy also, I'm going by a comment, but I get this all the time. They don't know what I am and things like that. He went on and said, "What's this ancestor stuff?" And he got to picking about the name. I mentioned El Hajj Malik Shabazz, which is Malcolm X, and I mentioned Martin Luther King. Ancestors is just another word for people or family, however you want to cut it. If you go through not paleontology, if you go through anthropology, some of the greatest anthropologists in the world said that Africa is the cradle of civilization. Before, they didn't think like this because they were more racist. But if you just use that scientific measure in an honest way, and you're just looking for fossil finds and human remains specimens, the oldest human remains specimens are in Africa. You hear me? So now the European went back on his word, because at first he said the European was the greatest and the oldest and everything, totally disregarding African people and all nature. You hear me? Now the European is saying everyone has a common ancestor, because in their theories, human beings came to the world at one time. That's called a monogenetic theory. Not at first they said it was a what's the name of it? Anyway, monogenetic theory means everybody came from one common ancestor. First, they had a polygenetic theory, which means that human beings popped up in America, human beings popped up in Africa, human beings popped up in Europe, Asia, all at the same time. It's polygenetic. They didn't find any human remain fossils or specimens, or all 6 different variations of human beings in all the other places other than Africa. You hear me? So you have the Australopithecus, forensics, all this type of stuff, Homo sapien, and so forth and so on. Trust me, I've been studying for a long time. Now they're saying you have one common ancestor, and that common ancestor walked out of Africa and went to people the rest of the world. So those are ancestors. When I see a guy like Dr. John Henry Clarke, Malcolm X, and I say those are my ancestors, that's it. There's no spooky stuff on it. But a lot of people get entangled in it because they say, "Oh, he worshiping the ancestors. He doing this." Show me one video where I worship anybody. This is my problem with religion. I don't worship me, and that's why I don't fit in religion. You hear me? I don't worship anybody. I'm paying them homage. Since their works affected me in the way it has, I pay homage to their works. I give them a symbolic toast. I give them a symbolic salute. Nothing wrong with that. This is like saying you worship Abraham. All religious people do. It's talk about dead people. Oh, Paul said this. Oh, Samson did this. Oh, man, Mark and John said this. Jesus the Christ said this. Oh, man, Samuel. Oh, Job. You remember Job? That's like me saying you worship all those names. You hear me? That's the same thing in a nutshell. It's silly foolishness and it's stupidity. I don't worship these names. I'm paying them homage the same way that you do. I've seen somebody say, "Hey, man, all the ancestors are dead. They're not coming back." You think Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John is coming back? You think Mother Mary, this Virgin Mary, and Mother Mary, and Mary Magdalene, and all these people, you think these people coming back? Every name in the Bible is dead. They never existed in human being form because the Bible is based on oral tradition, allegory, mythology, and fiction. Notice I didn't say historical. Notice I didn't say history. Notice I didn't say realism because it's not based on it. And again, I said the great Northrop Frye said, if you find any history in the Bible, it's there by accident. You hear me? So that's who I am. I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Muslim. I'm not a Jew. I'm outside of all major Western religions and any religion. I'm an African who's here in America. And I practice an African spiritual system. I don't man worship. I don't have a God that I worship, and I pray at the feet of a dead white man on the cross, invisible man named Yahuwah, Yamshiach, Elohim. I don't pray to none of that. I don't pray to a dead white man named Muhammad, Prophet Muhammad, horny, naked man who slept with a 6-year-old when he was in his 60s and 50s and things like that. I don't pray to some foolish Allah who's invisible, spearheaded by European people. I don't get into that. Okay? So all this week, that question is very refreshing. Who are you? We're going to answer that, and I'm going to show you who I am, and what, or rather, should I say, I'm going to show you who I'm not. All right. That's it for today. This is Who Am I? I hope I filled you in a lot. I was all over the place. I don't script these. I don't write it out. I don't pre-plan them. I just press record and I go with some of them. Okay, so now that's part one. And we're going to deal with this all week. Who am I? Okay. It's Lil Kenny Russell, Premium Consort Moon. We already know what you're going to do. Step in this room and now then. This is what I do, and I love to do it. Before I take back what I said, I ask you to. If you have any questions or comments and you want me to say, hey, you forgot this, fill me in on this, whatever's puzzling you about me, leave it in the comments. I'm going to answer it this week. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Thank you for watching. Education and preparation is the first step to retaliation. Before you pick up a weapon or civil religion, pick up some knowledge. If anybody's offended by anything you heard, I mean every word. Yeah, we out. See y'all tomorrow.